So welcome to the final module in the crypto market subject. Okay, so this module is going to be all about different ways in which you can actually profit from cryptocurrency or the crypto market. Okay, so they're not all to do with actually buying and selling crypto, which is a good thing. As you can see from the contents, we've got investing, trading, mining, lending, blogging, affiliates, products and services. Okay, so we're going to be talking just briefly about each one of these and making sure we understand the potential for us to make money within each of these categories. Okay, because not everyone taking this course and learning about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for the first time is going to be an investor. You may end up becoming a trader. You may end up mining cryptocurrencies. It really is down to the individual, down to personal preference and personal interests. Okay? So, firstly, investing in cryptocurrencies. So, to invest in cryptocurrency is very, very simple. You're simply just going to hold a long-term position within a currency. So yes, you're going to use the same exchanges that a trader would use. However, we're just going to hold those positions for years, okay? Months maybe, but months more like years for most long-term investors. Okay, so we're only going to risk money we can afford to lose. You know, that is the advice which everyone will give you. It's personal preference. Only risk money you can afford to see disappear. Okay? Now, this isn't financial advice, but in terms of Bitcoin, you're only going to lose money if Bitcoin goes to zero and you sell your position. If Bitcoin goes down to £1, the chances are, who knows? But the chances are it's not going to happen. The chances are, if it did drop to a ridiculously low price, people will flood in to buy it. Just like during the first lockdown of the pandemic, people rushed in to buy cryptocurrency, to buy Bitcoin in particular, because it was £3,000. Okay, people saw the long-term value of Bitcoin and they saw it lose a massive amount of its value, and they decided to buy it. Okay. The standard stock market investing rules apply to the crypto investing rules. It's the same thing. It's one and the same thing. Okay. Now, cryptocurrency like Bitcoin is not a company. It's more of an asset. However, there are businesses that are represented by alternate coins, altcoins, or tokens. Okay, we'll explain the difference in another module. But there are businesses which you can invest in by buying their cryptocurrency. Okay? And also, in terms of investing in businesses, if you don't want to invest in a currency on the crypto market, you might want to invest in a business like Ethereum, for example. Ethereum has multiple different value offerings that you can invest in or for, okay, because you believe in their goal in terms of how they're developing their blockchain, how they're developing applications to run on their blockchain. Okay, all of these things are value offerings that a company is providing you. So you don't necessarily have to invest in a currency. It could also be a business. Very similar to the stock market. Crypto can be taken off exchanges for long-term holds, unlike stocks. So we can actually pull. Now, this is something which you may want to try and get your head around early so you can take advantage of this. But in terms of Bitcoin, we've got a limited supply of 21 million coins. And that means if we can buy some of that asset and take it off the exchange, it can no longer be traded. So in theory, all the Bitcoin can be taken off the exchanges. However, big exchange companies will always have their own stockpile of the currency so that people can actually trade it and buy and sell it. Okay, it will always be bought and sold as people sell their currency for other currencies and things of that nature. So we don't have to worry about that relatively happening, but you can actually reduce the amount of liquid Bitcoin in the circulation by taking it off the exchange. It's very, very interesting for a long-term hold as well. If you have a lot of money in Bitcoin, you can store it, just like you can store gold. Okay, you can have your own pile of gold if you want to. And in terms of long-term investing, if we look at an average over the past 10 years in Bitcoin in particular, sorry, it doesn't say it on the slide there, but Bitcoin has increased 200% on average compound annual growth rate over the past 10 years. Now, it's not done it every single year. They've all been different. However, the average is 200%. So in terms of long-term investing, we can, even if we assume that Bitcoin performs half as well as its average, okay, that is still an incredible compound annual growth rate to be looking forward to in terms of your investments. Now, I would say that this is the main way you're going to profit from cryptocurrency, is a long-term hold. However, you may have been interested in trading, whether it's trading foreign exchange or trading stocks, okay? And there's multiple ways to trade. This isn't a trading course, and by no means a trading expert. I myself am not a trader. However, something which I do, I try my best to do with cryptocurrency is take advantage of these huge volatility swings. Okay, when Bitcoin is at an all-time high, I tend to sell some of my profits. And because it's been at an all-time high, if we look at the history of Bitcoin, every time it's reached an all-time high point, it's dropped significantly, okay, to the tune of 10 to 15 to 30 to 40% in value. So if I take my profits at the top and I invest them back at a discounted price because I believe in the future value of Bitcoin, the price difference, the decrease in price, is actually a really good opportunity for me to compound my profits. Okay, now, in terms of long-term investing, you may just want to keep your Bitcoin, take it off the exchange and hold on to it for a very, very long period of time. I myself am trying to grow my stockpile of Bitcoin, and so this compounding effect, when it's done well, okay, there are risks involved. Obviously, I may take my money out and the price may not drop, and I would have to buy back the Bitcoin at a higher price. That is the risk that I'm taking, but it is my risk with my funds, okay? That's just an example of what I'm doing. So in terms of trading, you can trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies just like you can trade any other financial instrument, okay? Forex, stocks, anything else you can think of. The same kind of trading rules apply because it's all people at the end of the day. Price action is just people. If you know what people are doing, if you know what people are like, if you are in tune with the news, then you've got a good idea of analysing the markets and the charts. Okay? So another way to profit is mining Bitcoin. Now, it's very difficult to start due to high equipment costs and electricity bills. Okay, so it's usually companies that are starting mining businesses. And they usually buy large amounts of equipment. It takes up a large amount of storage and space. Okay, accumulates a lot of bills early on before you actually successfully add a block to the chain of Bitcoin, for example, and then you get paid. So it requires a large upfront investment. Now, in the early days of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto was actually using his computing power, okay, his CPU on his computer to mine Bitcoin because again, we haven't touched on this just yet, but I'm going to explain it anyway, or talk it through anyway. just so that when we do finally learn about it, it makes sense. But Satoshi was able to mine Bitcoin off his CPU on his computer because the algorithm, the block difficulty, okay, so the problem which needed to be solved to publish a block to the chain, was relatively easy, and his computer, or their computer, was able to solve those problems itself. And now the problems are so difficult to solve, it requires, like you can see the image on the screen, it requires a warehouse full of this computational power to find and solve these mathematical problems. Okay, so it's no longer possible. And that's because the block difficulty has changed over time. Bitcoin's protocol actually enables it to detect how much computational power is connected to the Bitcoin network, and so it changes its difficulty depending on that computational power. Okay? It's all very confusing stuff. It will start to make sense as I explain it more throughout the course. So that is Bitcoin mining, or mining in general, I should say. Not only the storage, but you also need a high level of technical knowledge. Okay, so not everyone can just one day decide they want to be a miner for cryptocurrencies. So you may want to take that into consideration when you're looking at different ways you can profit. You're probably going to want to profit from your phone or your computer, not buying a warehouse and storing all of this equipment. So another way to profit from cryptocurrency is lending your crypto. Now there are multiple apps out there which you can actually deposit your cryptocurrencies into, and you can lend those currencies out. You may have to stake the currency, or you may earn a great interest rate on simply the balance of your cryptocurrency. Now, as you can see in capitals there's no regulations yet, so stay away from lending platforms. Now, this is my personal opinion of lending platforms. You may want to, you may want to lend your currency out and earn a great interest rate on it. However, personal opinion, I myself am staying away from these platforms for the simple reason that if you wanted to lend your currency today, your fiat currency, you have to you have to form a business, and you have to jump through several hoops to actually get to a position where you can lend your money. Okay? With crypto, there are no regulations. When you're lending your cryptocurrency, it can be lent again by whoever you're lending the currency to. So your currency can actually be leveraged 10x, okay? There might be 10 people in a chain all leveraging the same cryptocurrency, which means when you come to sell your position or transfer your position away from the app or company that you've put your cryptocurrency into, they may not be able to actually fulfill that order. Okay, you may not get your money back, your coins or your crypto back. And this is because there's no regulations. It's just a very, very grey area of cryptocurrency. I myself am staying away. And an external way to profit from the crypto market is by blogging, okay? By creating a community around cryptocurrency. From news and information, updates, stories, articles, they're all widely searched for online. People want to know about cryptocurrency. Just like, for example, this course I'm creating. Okay, this course could be filled with, it's not, however, it could be filled with affiliate links. And I could get multiple bonuses and benefits from apps and companies by getting people to sign up for their accounts, for example. Okay, various exchanges offer affiliate link programs. If I get you to deposit a certain amount of money into Coinbase, I get a kickback. I get a reward for that. Okay. And these were all great ways to earn income off a community around Bitcoin, not directly, or cryptocurrency, I should say, not directly from buying and selling the assets. And again, this course is a crypto product, so you could have crypto products and services. Okay, use the industry to your advantage, create themed websites, market a themed online product, design covers for themed ebooks and podcasts around cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. And you could sell themed crypto clothing. There are multiple ways which you can actually use this new and developing industry to your advantage and have several sources of income from it. So that was a brief overview of the ways in which you can profit from cryptocurrency. Again, this course is just a beginner's course to get a taste for the entire industry. We're not a trading course or a mining course or anything like that. We're simply just introducing you to all the elements of crypto and the industry around it. So that is profit from crypto done, the final module in the crypto market subject of this course. I will see you in the next subject, which is the most valuable part of cryptocurrency. We're going to be going into depth in blockchain. So I will see you on the other module.